Hi there, my name's Chris Parker from the David Ledbetter Golf Academy at Leeds Golf Centre. Here I'm a senior instructor and I have a young lad here called Jamie. He has come to me in the winter with some small problems and some small faults in his swing, and really here we're just going to address mainly two problems that he had and worked on over a week period. Now we're going to just first of all look at the problem, the issue itself that he had in his golf swing. If we just have a quick assessment with Jamie here, as the club goes back, we can see it goes back quite above, ahead of the line. As he gets to the top of the swing, his arms get very independent, very lifty. If we look at this on the right hand side here, we can see that his arms getting very independent, once again very lifty. And by that here, that he's not really sort of using his core and using his middle of his body to make a good coil and wind up. And what's happening here at the top of the swing, that his upper body, his shoulders have tended to tilt towards the target. His shoulders not really completing that turn. And as we see on the left hand side picture here, that his left arm has this tendency of getting very steep due to not coiling. So from this leads into the effect that as he comes down, he tries to reroute the golf club. The club gets a little bit ahead of him as he's coming down here into impact and coming through impact. What happens is that his kind of like angle of attack gets kind of shallow on the ball. He kind of flips through the ball, which will close the club face up, making the ball start more to the left of the target. Here we can see the difference with his hands being more behind this line, which will close the club face up and send the ball, as we'll see here, going left of target. So basically here, after his reassessment, what we did during the lesson itself, that we got Jamie here into a lot better setup, a lot more sort of symmetrical, better balanced, evenly balanced there we can see on the right hand side. But if we review the two things here that we did from that setup, and working on Jamie's sort of coil and turn, that if we actually look now in his backswing, we can see the big difference of really here Jamie just using his bigger muscles, his coiling in his backswing. His arms have got less independent as he's gone back, and his shoulders are more fully turned here in his backswing. Obviously now that if we look at this as he transitions and comes down and comes through the ball now, we can see that this impact is a lot better. There's a lot more what I would call a downward hit on the ball, whereas especially his left hand there, we'll see the difference is more ahead of that yellow line, rather than here it's actually behind it. So we can see the big difference, a lot cleaner impact, and that's allowing Jamie's club face to square up through the ball and get the ball to start much straighter. Now if we obviously look at, from this angle, as Jamie took the club back in his backswing, got very lifty, you can see the difference here in the club position. The club itself is more through Jamie's right shoulder there. Before the club was a lot steeper, a lot more liftier as he got to the top of his backswing. Obviously going down, coming through the ball now from this part, the club being before getting more ahead of his body and the club face being more closed. We can see here that flight, the ball flight, starting with the ball much straighter rather than the ball tending to go to the left, and here having a lot of sort of flippiness going on as he's going, the hands have got to work hard going through the ball.